Okay, let's do an example. This example is going to be exploring the printf and the number format methods. So we're going to use we're going to want to use printf to do string interpolation, and we're going to want to use a percent calculator and the a percent formatter and the currency formatter to do this. So we're going to write a Java program to prompt the user for the capacity of a container in gallons, the amount of fluid in the container in gallons, and the cost per gallon of the fluid. So then we're going to calculate the percent fullness of the container and print the result using the formatted percent side. We'll use a get percent instance of the number formatter to do that. And we will, and we're going to calculate the total value of the fluid and print the results with the appropriate currency formatting. So we use a currency formatter, and then we use a printf statement to echo back the inputs rounded to 1 decimal precision. We're also going to use a proper input validation here, and we're going to read all of these values as positive doubles. Okay. So again, if we wanted to look at the percent formatters, we have examples here to do. This is the currency format using the number format, and here's the percent format using the number format. Okay, so remember how to do that. We can always go back through the slide deck if we need help. All right, so let's go to Visual Studio Code. Let's go ahead and open up a folder. And let's call it, let's create a new folder, and let's call it Formatting Examples. Okay. Create that folder, open it up. Go ahead and create a new folder, FormattingExamples.java. We'll wait just a second for Visual Studio Code to initialize so we get our IntelliSense. Then we can start typing public class, formatting examples. Then I need public class. Oh, not quite there yet. Okay, job ready. Public class void main. Okay, I'm going to need a scanner. Scanner sc equals new scanner system.in. Use IntelliSense to import the scanner. We'll do scanner.close. So now I'm going to want to do, I'm going to want to get 3 pieces of data: the capacity of the container, the number of gallons in the container, and the cost of each gallon. Those are going to be double values. So I'm going to write a method called get double in range. So let's go ahead and type that out. Public static get double in range. And that should be upper camel case. It's going to take 4 parameters. It's going to take a scanner. It's going to take the prompt. It's going to take the min value, which is going to be double. And it's going to take the max value, which will also be double. Okay. There we go. So, whoops, put those backwards. Double max. Okay. It's I'm getting an error here because I haven't implemented this code yet. So I'm going to do the standard input validation loop. So here's my while. I'm going to prompt system.out.println for the prompt. Then I'm going to do a read into a string. Value equals scanner.nextLine. Then I'm going to do a try catch block. I'm going to do a cast double value double equals double dot parse double value. So if that works, then my double is correct. If it doesn't work, I'm going to do a catch. And I need to catch the number format exception. Format exception, we'll call it E. And then here I'll just say system.out.println. That is not a valid numeric value. Okay. Fix the spelling mistakes. Semicolon. Okay. All right. If the values, now I want to test the min and the max. So I can say if value double greater than or equal to min, and value double less than or equal to max, then my value is good and I can return it. Otherwise, my value is not good, and I need to say system.out.println. We'll use a printf here just to format. It's printf, and we'll say you must enter a value between, and we'll do percent comma 0.2f. So that'll be that'll be the min value. So we're doing a formatting code here. So we starts with the percent. We say give us 1,000 separator, use 2 decimal points of precision, and it's going to be a floating point value. So it's going to be between that, and we'll have the same formatting code the same way, and then we'll put a new line at the end. Then we need to pass our arguments to replace the formatting code. We have 2 that we need to replace, this one and this one. The %n doesn't require an argument, so it'll be min and max like that. Okay. All right. Oh, I made a mistake in my signature here. It says the return type of the method is missing, so it's going to be public static double. Okay. All right. So that should work. If we compile it, the code just won't do anything because I've written a bunch of code, but it didn't actually execute the method. Okay. So now we need to get 3 pieces of data. Double capacity equals get double in range. We're going to pass the scanner. We're going to say what is the capacity of the container? Gallons. And we're going to say it's got to be at least it's got to be greater than 0. Okay. And we're just going to say give me the double dot max the max value. Okay. So that is basically just the maximum value that a double can hold. So that means that I'll take any positive double value. Okay. So it will also take 0, but that's a little not optimal, but we're not going to worry about that. Okay. So next thing I'm just going to copy this again because I'm just going to do the same thing. So this is contents. How many gallons are in the container? Okay. And that is going to be between 0 and the capacity of the container. Okay. So in this case, it has to be positive, but you can't have more gallons in the container than the capacity of the container. So I'm adding a little input validation there based on the capacity that I just entered. And then I'm going to have cost per gallon and see what is the cost per gallon fluid. Okay. And that we could probably put a maximum value on it because there's probably legitimate maximum $500, but something depending on what kind of fluid it is, but we're not going to worry about that. Okay. So now we should be getting 3 values. So let's go ahead and enter those, run that, make sure this works. Let's come back. Let's put some new lines in each of these just so we're spreading out our input a little bit, just to make it easier to read. What is capacity of the container in gallons? So if I enter a negative value here, it says you must enter value between 0 and this extremely huge number. What is the capacity of the container in gallons? So let's say it's 100 gallons. How many gallons are in the container? If I enter 101, it says you have to enter between 0 and 100. So let's say there's 34.5 gallons in the container. What is the cost per gallon of fluid? $4.99. Okay. All right. So our inputs are working. So now we just need to do the outputs. So first, let's just pair it back. Let's just pair it back the inputs. So let's say system.out.printf. Let's do a new line just to spread out our output. Let's see. So the container is holding some gallons. So let's do percent. This is going to be the contents number. So it's going to be percent comma 0.2f. It's holding that many gallons of a possible, and this will be the capacity, percent comma 0.2f. Our formatting codes are all the same here. Period, each gallon costs. And here we want to format the cost per gallon, but we want to format that as a string value because we want to do the we want to do the currency format on this. So here we're going to want to say %s because we're going to format it using the currency format, which is going to mean it's a string. So even though the cost per gallon is a double, once we do the format, it'll be a string value. Each gallon costs that much money, and then we'll do a new line. Let's do the values here, and so now the replacements are, this first one is going to be contents. The second one is going to be capacity. The third one is going to be currency dot format dot cost per gallon. Okay. And I haven't defined currency yet, so we need to go back and do that. Okay, but that should get us. So we have 3 replacement values on our printf: the capacity, I'm sorry, the contents, the number of gallons, the capacity, and then the cost. And the cost is being formatted as a string using the currency formatter. So let's go ahead and create the currency formatter. Number format currency equals, we'll use number format dot get currency instance. Okay. All right, so now our currency.format here is good. Okay. So now let's go ahead and let's run that, make sure that works. What is the capacity of the container in gallons? 1,000 gallons. There are 955.5 gallons in the container. What is the cost per gallon of fluid? $3.99. Container, so we get 2 decimal precision, and formatted dollars. Okay, perfect. Now we want to calculate the percentage capacity of the container, calculate the percent fullness, calculate the total value of the fluid. Okay, so let's calculate the percentage, and then we'll echo it out. Okay, so here we go. To do this, let's calculate the percentage capacity, percentage fullness. So double, we'll call it fullness equals the contents divided by the capacity. That'll give us a percentage. Then we'll calculate the cost. Double total cost equals the contents times the cost per gallon. Okay, now let's print them out. So system.out.printf. Let's see, before we do that, we need a percent formatter, number format, percent equals number format dot get percent instance. Okay, now we'll do the formatting. We'll say the container is, this will be the percent. So we're going to do, this will be a string. Once we do the formats, we'll do %s. And then we will, is full and has a value of, and this will be the currency format. We already have the currency formatter made, so this will also be %s. And then our replacement values are going to be the formatter, so %.format of the fullness, and the currency dot format of the total cost. Okay. All right, that should do it. So let's see if that works. What is the capacity of a container in gallons? 2,000 gallons. How many gallons are in 1,235.876? What is the cost per gallon of fluid? $5.12. Okay, The container is holding 1,235.88 gallons of a possible 2,000. Each gallon costs $5.12. The container is 62% full and has a value of $6,327.69. And we need to put a new line at the end of this because see our prompt is coming out of the wrong place there. So we do a new line and then we're done. So that is our example. We've got an input validation loop using to get a double in range. We then perform appropriate inputs using our input validation method, and then we do some formatted output using the currency formatter, the percent formatter, and some printf statements.